Hello, and welcome to the channel, Learn Spanish with Jordan. This channel is here because I thought as I learn Spanish, I'd quite like to learn Spanish with someone. Like, I haven't been as far in the videos like this on YouTube before. I thought it was kind of a niche market. And I thought, why not? There's no harm in trying it. So the way that we're going to learn Spanish and the way that I learn Spanish, having watched multiple videos on the best ways to do it, is by using various different resources. So there's an account, I think there's a website called Udemy, and this is where I've got a free course, a free Spanish course, so advertised on Reddit. I use podcasts, Lingua specifically is the main one that I'll use, and we're actually going to go through some of those podcasts today. I'll read books. I will often just go through Quizlets that I find for Spanish. I will immerse myself in Spanish culture, so my phone's in Spanish, where I can. I'll listen to Spanish music, and so that's what we're going to do. This is how this channel is going to work. I'm going to, whenever I post, whenever I have the time to learn, I'll record it and I'll learn the Spanish with you. So let's get straight into it. Live Lingua Spanish podcast is actually where we're going to start, and that's, well, for the first video, that's where we're going to start. And I am actually up to unit 4 of these podcasts so far. I believe they're still releasing them, and if you are a complete beginner, I would recommend you go elsewhere, because this video will start a little bit further into where you would be, where you should be as a beginner. So I've gone through unit 1, which was the basic greetings, everything you would expect from a very beginner course, asking people how they're doing, ¿cómo está, cómo estás? And that's about as far as it goes. And then a few cultural notes, which are very important actually. And then we go into unit 2. It was again very basic stuff. How long have you lived in? Stuff that I could probably do with revisiting, and maybe we will do at some point. Unit 3, a unit I've just finished this last week, and it's about children, it's about work, saying goodbye, talking about work and family. So I would highly recommend you go through all of them. And then we're on to unit 4, where we begin asking for directions. So it's a good place to start with me. The way that we learn, there won't be any specific order, it'll just be whatever resource I feel like using that day, that's where we'll go. So we're going to get straight into it. Grab your notebooks, grab yourselves a pen, write down as we go, maybe speak stuff back with me as I stop it, and I'll just learn Spanish as I normally would. And feel free to maybe repeat things where I do. If I get stuck somewhere, just learn the Spanish with me. So let's get into it. So we're going to start straight in, and just for reference, we are using livelingua.com for the podcast on desktop, or if you can get them on Spotify, you can get them on Apple, I'll leave a link down below. It's a really brilliant podcast. I do like them. They do 2-minute podcasts, and that's all you need. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so what we're going to do actually is we're going to ignore 4.1. I just had a quick listen over to it. And it's basically just introducing you to say what we're going to learn. And basically what we do learn without playing the podcast, we're going to learn how to ask people for direction to specific locations, understand the directions when people reply, and express your thank you when someone answers you, because that's the polite thing to do. So we'll go straight into 4.2, and we'll read the script as they go.
Live Lingua Spanish, episode 4.2, Conversation, Asking for Directions. This is a conversation between Michael Smith and a lady he meets on the street. Mr. Smith is asking for directions to the bus station. The conversation is short, but it covers a lot. Don't worry if you don't understand it yet. We're going to break it down and cover it all in this unit. Let's get started. Empecemos.
Empecemos.
Perdón, señorita, ¿dónde está la estación de autobuses?
En la próxima esquina, doble a la izquierda y siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final.
Gracias, muy amable.
Okay, and that's where 4.2 ends. They introduce you with the conversations, then by the end of this whole unit, we should be able to understand everything in that conversation. So we've got, perdón, señorita, ¿dónde está la estación de autobuses? Maybe I'm saying that too fast. Maybe, I don't think, so I was speaking to my girlfriend who's Peruvian. She moved here when she was 5, 6, so she'll often pick up my accent, try and help me when I'm learning. And something I think I underestimate is how you need to phrase when you're asking a question in Spanish. Apparently it's slightly different to English. En la próxima esquina, doble a la izquierda y siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final. Gracias, muy amable. So that's what the first conversation is. If I'm looking at it, I know, excuse me, señorita. So I know there's perdón, it's sorry, it's excuse me. ¿Dónde está la estación de autobuses? So I'm guessing that's where's the bus station. just because I know autobuses is, we're English, so I feel like that's a relatively easy one to know. La estación de autobuses, bus station, and donde está, I already know that's where is. En la próxima esquina doble a la izquierda y siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final. When I listened to that, I couldn't hear that it was esquina doble, I'll be honest. It was only because I was reading it. If I heard that without the script, I don't think I'd know that. I still got a long way to go in my understanding my speaking. En la próxima esquina doble. So izquierda is left, I believe. Y siga derecho is right. Calle street. Hasta el final. I've got a lot to learn, so we'll just move on. And we'll get straight into 4.3. I think we'll go through a couple of these.
Live Lingua Spanish, episode 4.3. Cultural and language notes. Number 1. Número uno. If you're talking...
Okay, so I should just skip straight through. I think it's just sort of more notes. Did I miss that? It's just, cultural language and notes. We've got... It's very hard to know whether they're married. If you're talking to a lady you don't know, it's very hard to know whether they're married, a señora or not, a señorita. If you didn't know that already, then I'd again suggest you go back or just learn with me as we're going. The general rule of thumb is that if a woman appears to be 30 years of age or younger, go señorita. If they look older, you should use señora. If you don't get it right, they will correct you. Don't worry about it. Brilliant. I wouldn't feel awkward at all. Perdón is the English equivalent to excuse me. If you are trying to start a conversation, it's the polite way of doing so. The phrase, muy amable, is traditionally used when somebody does you a favor, even if it's just small, and literally translates to very friendly. There we go. I didn't know that. Muy amable. Muy amable. That's something that would take a little bit of getting used to. I feel like I'd just naturally just say gracias if I was there. Hey ho. So we've got 4.4. Location vocabulary in Spanish. Is this something that we want to get into? Yeah, and we've just got going over some of the common locations that we'll need. So
in
we
Latin
get straight
America.
into it.
Repeat the following words out loud, both in Spanish and in English. Focus on pronouncing the words correctly and memorizing them. Let's get started. Empecemos.
Empecemos.
Aeropuerto.
Aeropuerto.
Airport.
Estación de autobuses.
Estación de autobuses. I still feel like I say that word
Bus
weird.
station.
Estación de tren.
Estación de tren.
Train station.
So far so good.
Restaurante.
Restaurante. No, restaurante.
Restaurant.
Hotel.
Hotel. The silent H, of course.
Hotel.
Museo.
Museo.
Museum.
Mercado.
Mercado.
Market.
Okay, so I think if I heard all them, I'd be good. I'm not actually going to write any of those down. We've got a little practice exercise down here. If it was putting them into the right order, we've got mercado. It says it up there, so it doesn't really work as very well because I just saw the answer. So we've got mercado, market, hotel, estación de tren, train station, aeropuerto, airport, estación de autobuses, bus station, museo, museum, restaurante, restaurant. So I don't feel the need for us to go over that anymore. And if we drop down one more, we'll go for ask where is. That should be a good one.
Live Lingua Spanish in the last episode for some common locations in Spanish. Let's put it into a complete sentence. To ask where a place is in Spanish, you just have to use the phrase ¿Dónde está? You can add that in front of any location. That literally translates to where is. You can use this for almost anything. For specific locations, for the names of hotels or restaurants, or even for specific addresses. In this exercise, we're going to give you those locations. And all you have to do is add the word ¿Dónde está? In front of it.
Okay, so as it says here, let's practice and practice again. It sounds easy. ¿Dónde está? Just get used to saying that word and that phrase so we can use it for anything. And he's going to give us some specific addresses as well. So that should
You would say, like, Avenida 5. In that case, you would say, ¿Dónde está el Avenida 5? Fifth Avenue. Where is Fifth Avenue? Let's get started. Empecemos.
Let's not have the script there.
La estación del tren.
¿Dónde está la estación de tren?
El restaurante.
¿Dónde está el restaurante? ¿Restaurante?
El Museo Regional.
¿Dónde está el museo?
La estación de autobuses.
¿Dónde está la estación de autobuses?
El mercado de la Cruz.
¿Dónde está el mercado de la Cruz?
El Aeropuerto Internacional.
¿Dónde está el aeropuerto nacional? Still a lot to work on, as you can tell. I'm sure you'll all be with me. So we had ¿Dónde está la estación del tren? ¿Dónde está el restaurante? ¿Dónde está el museo regional? Regional? Can I go back in here and say that?
El mercado de la estación de autobuses.
Not quite.
El Museo Regional.
Regional. El museo regional. Regional. El museo regional. Okay, with la estación de autobuses. ¿Dónde está el mercado de la Cruz? And ¿dónde está el aeropuerto internacional? Okay, so I'm just going to write a couple of those down with me as I go, just because much it does get a little bit. I even still struggle to say them, to understand them, so it's good to go over that. So I'd encourage you carry on saying them as I write them down. So we've got ¿Dónde está? Let's just go one of the ones that we struggled with. So we had ¿Dónde está el museo regional? It's a tough word to say, at least for me anyway. And we'll write down, just with written it down again. ¿Dónde está el mercado de la Cruz? Brilliant. Have we got a practice step underneath there? No, we don't. So that's better. In the next one, we've got direction words. We're actually going to go through this one and then we're going to finish. I think that's a good place to finish. We've got to bring it all together underneath. So we're going to go through direction words, then we'll bring them
Live
together.
Lingua Spanish, episode 46. Direction words in Spanish. Now let's learn some basic words people use to give directions. Knowing this vocabulary is critical, not only if you want to give directions, but actually if you want to understand what people in Spanish-speaking countries say when they give you the answer to the question, ¿Dónde está?, that you learned in the previous episode. This is a vocabulary building exercise, so we're going to say the word in English and in Spanish. All you have to do is repeat it out loud. Review this episode as many times as you need until you've memorized them all. These words might be the difference between you getting lost or finding where you need to go when traveling in Spanish-speaking countries. Let's get
Okay, so I'm actually just going to write it down because I'm going to get it going. So we've got direction words, build up a nice little dictionary for directional words. Direction words. Right then, so
started. Empecemos.
Empecemos.
Straight.
Derecho.
I said derecho was right earlier. Derecho.
Left.
Izquierda.
Izquierda.
Right.
Izquierda.
Derecha.
Ah,
Continue straight.
derecha. Continue straight.
Siga.
Siga.
Turn.
Doble.
Doble.
In front of.
Enfrente.
Enfrente.
Until.
Hasta.
Hasta luego. Hasta
The end.
El final.
el final.
Corner.
Esquina.
Esquina.
Street.
Calle.
Calle.
Avenue.
At least I got one.
Avenida.
Avenida. Don't use that word
Highway.
much in England.
Carretera.
Carretera.
City block.
Cuadras.
Cuadra. Brilliant. So, for me, that's a lot of new words of some of the words I've never seen before, but again, this is crucial. It's crucial knowledge if I go through it again. We've got straight, derecho, which, as I said at the beginning, I got that one wrong. Left, izquierda. Right, derecha. I can see where I went wrong quite easily. Continue straight, siga. Turn, doble. In front of, enfrente. Until, hasta. The end, el final. Corner, esquina. street, calle, avenue, avenida, highway, carretera, city blocks, cuadras. Wow, we've got you're an Uber or a taxi, you need to give these directions. Como se dice? I guess that's what would you say? I'm just I know dice is means that. How do you say it? Yeah, brilliant. So if we go through it, we've got how would you say it? Let's see how many I can get without looking at my notes. I'll turn that over. So we've got straight, derecho. I know derecha is right. So that's tick, tick. I hope turn. Not sure until the end. Left, izquierda, 2 blocks. In front of, is that enfrente? And corner. So I mean that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 8 words. I've learned all of them. Already forgotten them. So we had derecho, yep. Doble is done. Hasta el final. Should have got that really. Izquierda, tick. 2 cuadras. Enfrente de. Enfrente de. Enfrente de. Is that how you say it? I imagine so. So we've got. I think he did say that one, didn't they? Or did they just say enfrente? Derecha, tick, and esquina. So I need to go over them, and when I finish this, these are the kind of words that I'll just look at and I'll keep going over. But we're going to get straight into the last podcast, and then we'll finish there. So bringing it all together of understanding directions.
Live Lingua Spanish, episode 462. Bring it all together. Understanding directions. Now let's
skip forward to hear them say it, and then they're going to give us. Yeah, brilliant. Exactly. We know how it works.
Let's get started.
Empecemos.
Siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final.
Siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final.
Siga derecho hasta la esquina y doble a la derecha.
Siga derecho hasta la esquina y doble a la derecha.
Doble a la derecha y siga derecho por 3 cuadras hasta la carretera.
Doble a la derecha y siga derecho por 3 cuadras hasta la carretera.
Doble a la izquierda, siga derecho por 4 cuadras y doble a la derecha.
Doble a la izquierda, siga derecho por 4 cuadras y doble a la derecha.
Doble a la izquierda en la esquina y siga derecho hasta el final. Está enfrente del supermercado.
Doble a la izquierda en la esquina y siga derecho hasta el final. Está enfrente del
Now let's do it
supermercado.
again with the answers included.
Brilliant.
Siga derecho por esa calle hasta el final.
Continue straight.
Continue on this street until the end.
Continue on the street until the end. I think I could have got there in the end with that one.
Siga derecho hasta la esquina y doble a la derecha.
Continue straight until the corner and
Continue straight until the corner, then turn right.
Doble a la derecha y siga derecho por 3 cuadras hasta la carretera.
turn right and
Turn right and continue straight for 3 blocks until you reach the highway.
Doble a la izquierda, siga derecho por 4 cuadras y doble a la derecha.
Turn left, continue straight for...
Turn left and continue straight for 4 blocks, then turn right.
Okay, I could be getting there. We'll go back over these after.
Doble a la izquierda en la esquina y siga derecho hasta el final. Está enfrente del supermercado.
Turn left at the... It's not corner. Yeah,
turn right at the corner.
Turn right.
Continue straight until the end of the street. It's in front of the supermarket.
Turn right at the corner. I swear that says turn left at the corner and continue straight until the end. It's in front of... Should we re-listen to that one more time?
Turn right at the corner. Continue straight until the end of the street. It's in front of the supermarket.
So continue until the end of the street. So just until the end, you assume you're on the street. So it's continue until the end of the street. And then it's in front of the supermercado. So let's do it again with the answer included. We've been through that. We've got some practice exercises. Ask where these places are. Be sure to use the correct article. So we've got ¿Dónde está el mercado? ¿Dónde está el hotel? Sí. ¿Dónde está estación? ¿Dónde está la ¿Dónde está la estación de tren? That's something I need to keep on working on. There, those little things in English that we just don't think of, having to change it. ¿Dónde está el aeropuerto? Because it finishes masculine. So I'm guessing this is then the same as this one, so it's feminine, so it's la. ¿Dónde está la estación de autobuses? ¿Dónde está el museo? ¿Dónde está la restaurante? It's el restaurante. And we've got one more task of these, which I will write down and I'll actually do as a task by myself. If you'd like to pause it and finish these and go over them by yourself, feel free to do so. However, I'm going to write them down, which you as the viewer, you won't get much of. So if you'd just like to pause it and try and finish these up as yourselves, then go for it. Or try not to look at the bottom of the screen though. There you go, pause this one and see if you can get it. And I think that's about where we're going to finish it. So when we come back, we're going to go for more directional work next time we look at Live Lingua. But thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again next time. I think we'll carry on Live Lingua for the next episode, and then we may move on to another resource. Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing you soon. If you have enjoyed it and you have watched it and have enjoyed it, as all YouTubers say, please do like it. I'm sure it will help out. But thank you very much for watching my first video.